Well, I know it was short, but how was the offseason? What were you able to do over the last month or so?
Just spent time with my family, my kids. We were here, so being that the little one's so new, obviously couldn't travel. So just spent time in Columbus with family. All my family in California came for the holidays. That was it.
I enjoy the weather here for the holidays.
Yeah, a little different, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's enjoyable for them.
How do you feel?
How are you feeling at the offseason?
You just asked that. I feel good. Happy to see you.
Okay. Happy you see, bro. Happy.
So happy. He gave me a gift today. He gave me a Christmas gift.
What was it?
Show
It was his. Oh, it's over there. It's his jersey he wore for Colombia national team.
Oh,
Did you sign it?
You see from what?
What?
From Colombia.
Yeah, from Colombia national team.
Did he sign it?
Yeah, he signed
He
it.
signed it?
Yeah.
Oh, for my friend. Everything for you, bro.
just coming off of a season like you guys had, building with Wilfried from the beginning, ending the way that it did with the championship. It's easy to say all the right things at this time of year that you're ready, and last year was last year and all that, but how do you put that into practice here early on and kind of really get into a new season?
I think for me, the biggest message that I think I keep playing in my mind is there's so many times in our career where we want more games and more opportunities, and so that everybody can be involved. And this year, the potential and the possibility of having so many games is really exciting, and we should be excited about it. Whereas get excited for taking it one game at a time, and then when everybody's opportunity comes, to fully grasp that and show what you can do. I think that'll be the biggest thing for us. Is it's going to be a collective thing this year, and as more as it was last year. This year's even more important, and for us, top to bottom, there'll be no excuses to say, "Oh man, I wish I got an opportunity," because everybody's going to be counted on at some point. And yeah, so I think it's a great opportunity for us to take all these games head on, and I think it's the same mindset that we carried last year as we approached every game as its own story and try to get better and peak at the right time.
Do you think it's harder to have that mindset coming off of a championship? I mean, does that change? I know you can say no.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think the staff allows that. I think it's very back to square one of this year's book. We talked about that numerous times last year, of writing our own book, writing our own chapter in the club's history, and now we turned that in and got an A+, and so now it's writing another book and seeing if we can, what do they call it, Nobel Prize? Win the Nobel Prize. Yeah.
Pause really quick. I'm so sorry. They're just going to get a brief intermission. Thank you. Sorry, he's all yours.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I know we talked a little about your coaching journey. I know you're on the path to getting certified and everything. How is that something that you're bringing into training camp, and does it make you see the season and just playing any differently?
I think the ability to communicate information and pass information on, I think, is a big plus. Learning from that and learning what goes on behind the scenes of planning a session and the details of the session, so you start to pick it up and try and pass that information on along to the guys that are new. I played with Derek in Houston for a bit, so like for example him today, trying to simplify all the information that's being processed, because it is a lot of information and you don't want to immediately feel overwhelmed. So just realizing how to pass that on, I think, is the biggest thing. Being able to connect those things.
And kind of going off that, is there anything like, what is it like being able to connect with the younger players and kind of help like a player like Taha, who's come up through the academy and now he's getting his first chance on the first team? So is that something also you take from that experience, being able to communicate with them and help them through that process?
Yeah, I think they then start to gravitate towards me because they know they've seen my face out there in a different role, and are comfortable comfortable to speak and ask questions. And then when I'm out there with the 17s, is more of my focal group and that I'm doing stuff with. I'm doing a project on Chase Adams, for example, for my course, and so seeing his growth since I've started to now, and him taking on board some of the things that I've tried to help him with, and that I see has been cool to see.
And is there any like talking with your coaches about getting advice from them about coaching and their process and anything from them?
Yeah, no, definitely. Their door's always open, whether it's Mark Nichols or Wilfred or Johan or Kwame. I've had numerous conversations with them about different things, and the good thing is I think I've started to see the game how they see it, and so very easily I can pick stuff up that aligns with them, and I'm able to pass that information on. So yeah, it's been good to be able to be in a system like that's top to bottom, because obviously it's one club's vision.
And last thing I want to ask you is, going into this preseason, what are your personal goals? What are you looking to accomplish?
I'll just get fit, enjoy myself, see the new faces and see some old faces that obviously had a good break from. And then obviously we just have to dial in right away because the games start coming fast. So just try and start to look sharp as fast as possible.
Happy to spend more time with Cucho?
Yeah, I know. I feel like he's going to gravitate towards me even more now. So it's a good thing, though. We enjoy each other's company. We spoke a lot, FaceTimed a lot in the offseason, so didn't miss a beat.
And I know you mentioned your kids are close, they like him too, and they're close.
Yeah, Zara today, and the older one was asking last night if Kucha could come over for dinner, so I have to tell him that today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Christian, I asked Wilfred this too. Have you been able to sit back and actually watch the championship game as a fan of the game, or more of a player breaking down what went wrong, what went right, what you could do better, what needs to be better?
Yeah, so I've watched it a couple times. It was a couple weeks after though, so it's all the celebrations, and then after the parade that night I flew out to Tampa to do my coaching course. So once I got back, and I think it was right after Christmas, watched it and just enjoyed it. You start to get the chills back in certain moments. I know for myself, like that moment taking the ball to the corner and winning that corner, I sort of relived all the emotions of that. And then shortly after the final whistle. So as much as I've watched that game, I've watched the Cincinnati game, and just sort of like you said, like soaked it all in, because in the moment you're just going through it and like not trying to be too high or too low and moving on to the next challenge. But you look back at how crazy that was to have the flaws that we had on the road all year, to then say we won the championship by winning at Orlando, at Cincinnati, and then bringing it home. So it was surreal to live and to then recap. So yeah.
Definitely some parties you like crashing up.
Yeah.
Just lost it. Oh, you're going back to play Minnesota in Minnesota for the first time. What kind of emotions are you going to be having when you touch down into Minneapolis?
Yeah, I remember during my time there, driving past the stadium as it was being built, taking pictures. I was with a helmet on, like when they first broke ground and stuff like that. They gave us a tour of what it could be. That place grew so special, both to my family and to me. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see old faces, see what kind of reception I get. Yeah, and when the schedule came out, obviously they're on the West Coast, so you don't know if you're going to be playing there. And then obviously it's the second game of the year. My wife and our kids booked their flight already. Because Zara hasn't been back obviously since she was born there. So that'll be good for her to be able to see where we lived and stuff like that. And then just see everybody who I haven't seen. We'll see what type of emotions it is. when the stadium's full. I just don't want to hear Wonderwall being played after the game because that means we're on the wrong side of a result. Yeah.
So I have a question. First of all, you okay if I ask you a question in Spanish?
Mhm.
Yeah. Básicamente tenés bastantes años de experiencia jugando en distintos equipos en esta liga. Luego de cierta cantidad de años, ¿hay algún aspecto en tu juego que hayas mejorado con el correr de los años que vos hayas dicho, wow, esto es algo que a mí me impresiona que haya mejorado tanto? Y otra pregunta con eso es, ¿qué otro aspecto de tu juego te gustaría mejorar de acá en adelante?
Creo que contesta en español.
Ah,
En inglés.
I don't know if you're okay with that.
That's
Okay. No, sí. Creo que el aspecto que tácticamente ya soy muy inteligente en saber cómo manejar el equipo, en la presión, en lo que estamos tratando de hacer como equipo ese día. Ha crecido muy cómodo en las cosas que me hacen bien como jugador y maximar eso. Y sí, siempre aprendiendo de mis compañeros, de los entrenadores, en qué quiero mejorar, como quiero seguir mejorando en algo que trabajé el año pasado, en voltear en espacios en mitad, en eso. Y sí, creo que de cada técnico yo he tratado de aprender algo y sigo como un niño esperando a ver qué se mejora este año y los objetos del grupo y individual.
¿Tienes algún objetivo en particular en relación a un año personal? Es decir, por ejemplo, sé que en este aspecto del juego realmente lo tengo que trabajar, me gustaría enfocarme en eso.
Sí, creo que entre líneas, volteando como jugador.
de espalda.
Sí, creo que juego de espalda muy bien, nomás a veces yo no soy jugador que arranca con el balón driblando, entonces, pero puedo voltear en esos espacios, entonces, si decir algo, de más que eso. Yeah.